I just caught someone's wallet with like 20 pounds. That's awesome. And I think there's a 20 euro bill as well. So, but there I have the cards and all that. So maybe I can track down the person on Facebook. I'll check that out. Nice find. Oh God! So sad I don't have this on GoPro. I just found a $50 bill. I was up there in the current and I tried to hold on the branch, and as soon as I hold on, I realized I just grabbed a $50 bill. That's insane. Man, this one must have been in there for years. Even the whole motherboard is missing. It's just a SIM tray left. That's totally damaged. But I still love phones like this because they have a nice like river look. I found the iPhone X screen before, but I don't have it on GoPro. It was just a screen. I just grabbed it with a swim by. And yeah, it not worked. It's not too bad that I haven't it on GoPro. But that one's nice. And there's some dollars as well, I think. This is like a phone stream. This is how they end up looking. The phones in this current get shredded so much. So if they've been there a year in this current, that's like how they end up. Most likely. I don't know if I don't think it's from the same phone. This looks like a bigger screen than the iPhone. But yeah, maybe I can find some more. So much cash is in this river today. I found like a wallet with 20 euro and 20 pounds, and now $10 bill. Before I found like $50 bill. There's cash everywhere in this river. It's just so insane.
So by now I am at the halfway of my dive. Just when I started I spotted an iPhone which was really intact still, I think. It had the screen still on it and stuff, but it was like 2.5 meters down in the river at the point where the current was a little bit stronger, and I just spotted it when I was on top. Then I went out, got back and tried a couple times to relocate it, but I couldn't find it anymore. But I did pretty well so far still. So here we have all the sunglasses. I spotted a couple more, but depending on the current, I don't try to pick out everyone. Like I try, but if it's too strong or too hard, like I'll try it another time. They'll be there anyway. So then I found someone's wallet with 20 pounds still inside and a 20 euro bill as well. So maybe I'll be able to get that back. I think there's an ID card on top. Then I found 2 GoPros, which I'm very excited about. I don't know, I think from the first one I have the footage. The second one, I think my GoPro battery died. And so now I'm not able to film from that point with my GoPro, but I'll keep you updated on my finds. Then I found, this is like the screen from a phone. This is how these phones end up looking when they've been too long in the river. Like here we talk about, I think, a year or maybe 2. This is the screen, and here I found like an old iPhone 6. I think this has spent a little bit more years in the river. Because of the strong current that you can see at some spots, the current right now is really low. So normally it's pretty stronger, but right now it's low because of low water level. But this is how these phones get crashed between the rocks, and that's actually how they end up looking. But I still like the look. I have a lot of intact phones found in rivers and lakes, and those things are like unique piece of river art. I don't know, maybe not, in my opinion. So that's one phone. Then we have another phone, like old schooler Ascom phone, or however this is spelled, I don't know. And of course there was the other one that I was talking about. I also found a screen from an iPhone X, which has also spent about a year in the river, at least. And a couple minutes ago I found the screen protector of an iPhone X, XS Max or XR, I'm not sure. So that's supposed to be out there somewhere too, but I haven't found it. Then today bills are floating everywhere. I found first $50 bill and then I found a $10 bill. The 51 was so good. I was right in the middle of the current and I tried to hold on a branch to not get floated away by the current. And when I realized next to my hand was this $50 bill stuck like this. And this was so awesome. But I didn't have it on GoPro, but I'll do another clip how I found it. Like I will stage it, but like just to show you how it more or less happened. But this was a really cool find. I'm so disappointed that I didn't have my GoPro running, because usually I find something, go back, turn the GoPro on, and then I find it like on GoPro, because otherwise my battery would ran out of time in about half an hour or maybe an hour. But yeah, that's the good stuff so far. That's all trash. Here we have a little bit of plastic and aluminum, some hats. I'll take this one with the Simpson donut, I think. I don't know what else it would be. And yeah, the rest I'll leave here to get carried away by someone else. I did like 3 trash piles this year so far, right here, and all 3 were taken away. So that's a good thing. Thank you very much, whoever does it. I hope the current or the river at high level was not floating all the way, but I think I would have found it more downriver if this would be the case. So thank you very much for carrying it out. I also try my best to carry stuff out from this area, and I'll always leave it here. Whoever you are, thank you for your support, and I have a new pile for you. Enjoy. I just stopped by here because I've just found another $50 bill, and I had my GoPro on a power bank, so it's charged up. It's almost fully charged up. I think I should replace the battery on that one. So now I'm trying to put on the casing and put it back on my goggles so that I can tape my find of the second $50. Oh no! Oh! Oh! That's the song. Oh! Oh! So I made it home safe and I had a really good day. I found a lot of cash in the river this time, and my first time that I found 2 GoPros in one day as well. So let's quickly go through this. I found a very old wallet. All the cards are expired by now, and there was like a $10 bill inside, but it's just like pieces of the bill. I can show you here. This is what's left of this $10 bill. Then I found first a $50 bill, and this one was so nice. I was in the middle of the current, and I tried to hold on to a branch to stay at the spot where I was, and just literally next to my hand like this was that $50 bill, like this, on a branch, on the same branch. And I just realized it when I held onto it and looked on what I was holding. So that one was the best find of a bill that I had yet, but sadly I don't have it on GoPro because I usually turn my GoPro on when I see or spot something, and then I go back and film how I get it out. So this one was like yeah, I just had to catch it. I couldn't let myself go and go for another time because it was very I was really lucky to find it, and I don't know if I would have found it a second time. Then I found another $50 bill way further downriver, and also a $10 bill like in the middle of these two 50s somewhere in the river. So that was cool to find like 3 floating bills around like that. And then I found some guy's wallet. It's a guy from Italy. I'll see if I can find him on Facebook, track him down, so maybe I can contact him. I have his ID. And inside this was a £20 bill, 2 €20 bills, and one $1 bill. So
international guy, as it seems to be. Then I found a third $50 bill with 2 phones inside this case. So I found a waterproof case with 2 phones inside, and behind of one of the covers of the phone was $50. So that's nice. Then here we have an iPhone X screen, but it's just a screen popped off. I think the battery was blowing up, and then at some point the screen was ripped off by the current and all the rocks. Like, this is how rough the river can be. 2 phones that spent like maybe a year inside. Also, I found this iPhone. It's the iPhone 6, but look what is left behind. Like, usually here is the motherboard, and this is inside with screws, and this is also part of the motherboard, but it was smashed on the rock so hard that this is everything what's left behind, and it's not much. So that's a crazy find. But I love to find phones like this as well, not only the brand new phones, because those have like that river touch that no other phone has. So it's really a cool find, even if it's not much. Then an iPhone 4, old one. It's the first time I found an iPhone 4 in my river, I think. I found 4S before, but not a 4, but it's also too far gone. Then to the GoPro's. I first found this one, and then found this one. I just spotted that part, and I thought it's like trash, and I grabbed it, and then I realized that I was stuck on the GoPro, and sadly this was when my GoPro battery died, so I don't have this on film. I don't have this one on film, and a couple other stuff, sadly. But yeah, I really found 2 in one day. That was really cool. I have both before. I found this one a year ago, and this one I have the 4, but without the screen. That's the one with the screen behind, so that's very cool. I checked the SD cards, but there's no like golden drop-in clip or anything like this, so it's not anything that I would show. Then, as always, a lot of sunglasses, 2 Ray-Bans, but as usual they're all too far gone. They are totally scratched up by the river, as you can see when you take a closer look. So there's nothing you could use. And then also I spotted another phone. I think like an iPhone like that. It had a white screen, and I could spot the home button, but it was like 2.5 meters deep, and I just went above it when I was on my air mattress, and the current there was really strong, and I tried to get out and go back and search for it like 2 or 3 times, but I couldn't relocate it. But I know in which area it is, and as soon as the water level gets lower, I'll try it again, and maybe I can make it to find it a second time and maybe even get it out. So wish me luck on that one. Oh, and I forgot about this watch. This one is really old. That must have been in the river for years. There's water and mud and everything inside. And also the band looks very old. So I have no idea what type of watch this is and how long it's been in the river, but it must have been in there for years. Like more than 10 or 20 years, I even guess. But I'm not sure. But this also was a cool find. Oh, and also I found a ring, but it looks like gold, but it's just junk. You can see the color coming off here on the edge. So sadly not a real gold ring. Also, this is not a real pearl. It's just plastic. Yeah, and that's everything I found. I pulled the trash out as well and made a new pile, as you previously saw. So thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. I post a lot more than I post on YouTube videos. So not every content makes it in the video. So you'll be updated on every finds that I have. And yeah, please subscribe if you like the type of videos, and leave a like. And see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.